Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. We're just out here in the woods again. I got a special guest with me today. This is my dad. You can go check out his channel at C.O.D. Outdoors, correct?
That's right.
He does the same type of videos that I do. We come out for just a little hike, and we're going to put up we got a little flat spot down over the hill here. We're going to put up a tarp and start us a fire, and I'll show you guys. He filled up his backpack for me, so I'll show you guys what's in it. I have no idea what's in it. I told him it'd probably feel like Christmas getting in it there, finding new gifts. But we're out here in the hills of West Virginia, up in a holler close to the house. That's not close to the house anymore, is it? Used to be close to the house. This is the first time I've been up here in a while. We used to come to this spot just about every year, didn't we?
Yeah, we're off the road, probably about 6 miles from the highway. Just up in the middle of the woods.
It's very beautiful up here. We didn't come very far off the road there. We came off the road and come across a little bridge that Dad built out of a tree. He had to cut down to cross the creek. And then we came out from the truck. Then we came up the hill here, and we're going to set up a tarp over here down the hill, and we'll get back to you when we're putting that up. We're going to go ahead and see what Dad's got in store for us in this bag, and then we'll get the tarp set up. I'm going to check this bigger back compartment first. It's got, you all seen these in my last video. My wife bought me it was a camping set from Walmart. It had a machete, a hatchet. I know I showed you this in my last video, but the knife in my pocket here, or not in my pocket, but on my belt. Might cut my leg off if it was in my pocket. We have a rubber band. You can use that for something eventually. Little cook set, it looks like. See what's in it. Withrow. I'd say that was owned by somebody in the Army. Boy Scouts. The Army sounds better. Got a little drinking bowl there. Little cup, you can drink coffee or whatever you want out of it. I'd say that lid goes to this, not that. Little pot. Cook water. Boil water, can't cook water. Boil water on it. Like I done in my last video, I had that cup that I borrowed from Dad. You make those noodles probably pretty easy in this little thing here, and then if you wanted to make another, you could dump it over into your bowl. Or you got a skillet, fry an egg. I'll probably never get these back in here the way he had it. That's a knife. I didn't have one of these, so that goes a long way. I was actually planning on going out and getting me some camping gear just at the local stores around us, so I would have something to cook in. But that takes out that. I don't have to go buy anything now. Moving on. We got us a refillable drinking cup here. I need that. It's come in good handy when you're out hiking. You don't have one. My little flashlight that we used in the last video that I had. No, I probably didn't show it to you. This thing is, it's the first time I used it was my last camping video. And it's very bright. I mean, I've never seen a little tiny light like this be so bright in my life. You're in a situation where you run out of firewood and you can go out and spot you out some firewood. That's what I used it for. And then you all seen this. No, I didn't show you this in my last video. Because I could not get the flint steel to work, the ferro rod, so I just used a lighter. But what this is, it contains, you can put birch bark or whatever you want to start your fires with. And inside of it, I'm pretty sure you made this. Dad made this. But it's put together. It's a leather bag, string lock, I would say. And it's got all sorts of different things in it. It's got matches. It's actually got some more birch bark in it. String you can ruffle up to start a fire with. See what else we got in here. Oh yeah, it's got the ferro rod in it that I need to get better at using. On this trip in particular, when we start a fire, I'm going to try to do it my best. And it's got a lighter in case you need it like I did the last time. Hey, I'm not Jody. That's it in that compartment. Put everything back in there real fast. I may need that. Something. I don't think I'll need this machete. There ain't a lot of undergrowth here. So I'll put it back up. Lift that part back up here. We'll move on to the next section. Here's the tarp that we're going to set up today. Some rope to tie with. Some more rope to tie with. Never have enough rope. Even if you don't have rope, you can use vines and things of that nature. But so you got to find the right vine. I found that out the last time I went. Because a lot of them are real flimsy and they break real easy. On to the next section here, which I don't think there's anything in there. Nothing. Left me high and dry. I believe that's it. Then what you do, you take little twigs or whatnot and make your tie-off points to where you can get down in them. Way you can spread your tarp out and still be able to get up and under it. Huh?
I ain't gonna let towards you the front.
That way?
Yeah.
Don't let your sticks break. Or your junk. As so, and then you just go around the tarp doing the same things. I figure you wouldn't have to do it in every one, but you could if you wanted to. It would probably make your shelter a little bit sturdier. That's probably about the simplest setup you can ever find, I think. I would say.
It's very effective too. I mean, it's really easy and fast.
And you can fit up and under it good.
It's quick, easy. It'd be a real good setup if it was raining already and
You had to get real fast and
you
in a
needed
hurry.
something quick to set up.
I'm gonna go ahead and take some sticks here and put a little stake in these other ones real fast. You don't have to.
It does make it more taut though.
Makes it more sturdy, I think, in my opinion.
It pulls it tighter for sure.
Be nice if your sticks were not dead. That'd probably be the best option.
I threw one down there too.
pretty simple 5-minute setup, honestly. I mean, and then you got, let me get all these leaves out of here. You got plenty enough room to even sleep, or I could set up in this shelter if I was on my butt without having a problem. And then, if you wanted it higher, I'm sure you could adjust likewise for your height. But I'm glad that tarps are made simple shelters, and that you can learn every time you go how to build a more efficient shelter. And just to learn to live off the land, I think would be an awesome idea. It makes you kind of feel like you're living in when like the Indians did, or does you feel like you're just a part of nature. And that's what I like about it, and just to enjoy what God has given us. But we're gonna go ahead and get a fire started here, and we'll be right back with you all. We're gonna try starting a fire here with our ferro rod, and we got our kindling here.
Just take one of the strings off of it.
This stuff lights very easy. It's very, very dry. I'm not a master at the birch yet. Throw your kindling on there. I believe I put out the fire. No, I didn't. Not yet. Not yet, I didn't. There's one flame still lasting. Hopefully we got a fire this time. I want to get better with that ferro rod. There might be a time when I don't have a lighter. Guys, we're taking down the tarp here. We got about 40 minutes left of daylight. We just came out on what I'd call a day hike, just to do this little setup and work on my ferro rod skills there a little bit. But honestly, I advise you to give that tarp setup a try. It's very, very, very simple yet effective, if you know what I mean. If you've ever had anything that's so simple and that it kind of blows your mind when you put it together, that's what this tarp would represent. But I wanted to take it down. I mean, you put it together by pretty much just the land that you're around. Take it off. I know I'm not in camera, but do you mind to help me focus? I mean, just be my extra arm. I'm kind of short on here. My wingspan is not very much longer than what I had. Like as small as it is, sir. Like a million-year-old man. I'm not really feeling myself putting the fire out there.
You are on camera.
We are going to put this fire out just to Just that way we don't have any possibility of forest fire, which I don't think there is any, but just in case, we're going to put these coals out here. We're going to wet them down a tad. I don't think I have enough water. Give me what little bit of water I have in that cup, Dad.
If you spread it out too,
Yeah, you can.
after you wet it.
You can also, if you don't have water or anything, you can cover it with sand or whatnot, just to stop it from burning.
The ground's so wet, I don't think there's any chance anyway.
Yeah, there's not a possibility. Not even the slightest, I don't think. But just to be safe, we'll go ahead and we went ahead and put that out there. Anyway, guys, I thank you all for coming along with us today. Thank you for clicking that video when you seen it pop up. We do appreciate the support that we got in our last couple videos. We hope you guys are enjoying the channel and are enjoying what content we're putting out. We're trying to do it in a timely manner. I know it's been about a week since I put a video up, but I wanted to come and go out with Dad here today on Sunday. And I enjoyed being out here and learning. I actually got my fire started with the ferro rod there, and learning what little bit of simplicity there is in just to put up a tarp, and to also to enjoy what God's given us. It's beautiful out here in this little bit of woods that we're in. I can hear the creek running behind me. I can hear sort of like a waterfall to my left. It would be Ural's right, but my left. Thank you guys for coming along. If you liked the video, leave us a like. Send us a comment and tell us what we can do to improve, or even if you liked it, just let us know in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you guys.